Can I tell y'all the first joke that I ever said on stage? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I know y'all can't respond to me, but I decided to do a podcast and talk to myself for an hour because apparently I don't expose myself enough on stage. I'm like, I need to record this and mess up my digital footprint for the rest of eternity. I need to stop talking, actually. I think that that would be a benefit to everybody, but I don't know. I just feel compelled to talk into a camera. It's really weird how iPhone cameras are three cameras. Like I'm looking into the eye of a camera, but it's like I'm looking into an alien because why is there three eyes? Oh yeah, spoiler alert. I'm filming on my phone. They sell podcast equipment to anybody. Yes, they do. But I'm not buying a camera. This little mic, $20. That tripod that you're propped up on, $20. And I just feel like $20 mic, $20 tripod, $1,000 phone. I think this is a good show, okay? I think it is. I think it will be. Hopefully. Will this ever get posted? We'll see. And now I'm rambling. But isn't that the point of podcasts? Is this too meta? Is it too meta to talk about how I'm creating a podcast in the first minute of the podcast? Okay, whatever. We'll get into it. Here's the first ever joke that I said on stage. I introduced myself. So if you don't know me, hi, my name is Angel. And something about me is like I'm a very impulsive person. And I also have the problem of like when I see somebody do something new, I automatically assume that I can do that thing too. So once I was downtown and I saw a guy riding a unicycle, and I thought to myself, I want to ride his unicycle. And like that isn't a euphemism for me wanting to ride him. Like I actually wanted to ride a unicycle. So got up there, tried to ride it, and promptly found my black bleep. I don't know if I'm cursing or not in this podcast, but I found my black bleep back on the ground because who knows how to ride a unicycle. But like the same thing happened when I decided to start stand-up comedy. Like I went and I attended an open mic and I was watching all these guys go up there and I thought to myself, I think I can do this. And not only do I think I can do this, I think I can do it better than the guys who went on stage. And really that's not to flex, okay? That's really not to flex. I think I can do better than them for one pure reason, and that's the fact that I can say nigga. Okay, I guess we're cursing. That's the joke. That's part of the joke. But this was in Athens, of course. So, nobody else had the comedic power of a properly placed nigga in a sentence. It's great. So yeah, I did the following week after attending an open mic. I wrote a script, practiced that script, and then I went up there. And I felt like I did pretty good. And since then, I've been doing mics and shows from that time. That was like August of 2023, I think. Um, and so I guess now I'm stepping into my podcasting journey because I just feel like why not keep talking into a microphone? Why not keep sharing all my thoughts and like destroying my digital footprint? Like I just feel like I have more to say. And I don't really know what the purpose of this show is going to be for real. And I guess I really shouldn't be saying that into camera as I'm recording the first episode. But I just feel like I can do this. All right. So I've kind of been like toying around with some ideas of names of this podcast. And I think I'm landing on I'm doing this now, okay? Because I feel like since after COVID, I've really been trying to like spread my wings and really like live life. That's so like philosophical. Live life. I'm like live life, love, live, laugh, love. I want to live, laugh, love all 2025. All my life I want to live, laugh, love. But no, actually like I think people really got used to being isolated and being alone during Miss Covina, during Miss Rona. And a lot of people didn't learn how to move out of that isolation. And of course, we don't know all the effects of it. But I think after like graduating college and starting my real adult life, I want to be doing more, you know? I want to be doing more in all the ways. I want to be in these streets. What can I say? I don't know. I keep telling everybody I am going to have my hot Atlanta summer this summer. Period. Period. I need to have it. Like I want to have the most fun that I can ever have. And I don't understand why we aren't pushing ourselves more to have fun. I don't know. I got off on a tangent. I did have notes for this podcast. I did have notes because I didn't think that I could talk to myself for an hour, but now that wasn't even written down. I don't even know where that came from. I'm just speaking from the heart, okay? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I started this somebody offered to produce a podcast of mine, but they wanted me to talk about dating. Spoiler alert, guys. Haven't been in a relationship since 2022. Haven't been on a first date since before Trump was inaugurated. I don't really think that I am personally the expert at dating. And I think people think that I'm good at dating because like I'm a pretty girl. How could I not be? No, I'm just kidding. I think people have the impression that I date a lot because I do talk about dating a little bit on stage too. Um, but I'm just not good at it. I don't do it anymore. I've stopped trying. I just went on a tangent like I'm doing more. And now I'm like, I stopped trying to date. And I don't want this podcast to be about dating. I think I want this podcast to be about just whatever I want to talk about. But okay, we're going to talk about dating now. Just for a minute. Just let me talk about boys for a minute. Okay, I'm going to talk about boys for a minute and then I'll move on to something else. But we just got to get it out there fresh off the start. Okay, it's hard. It's tough. It is tough. Most blanket statement ever. Is anybody going to listen to this? I just said dating is tough. Is that interesting? Are we having a good time? I'm talking to myself. I'm in my house by myself talking to a camera. This is interesting. It is a weird difference being on stage in front of people who like you can see their reactions and you can like judge what to say next off of what they're saying, like what they're giving you, you feed off the energy of the crowd. Right now, feeding off the energy of the gnats that are flying around me. I have a major gnat problem, guys. In starting this, I was like, I don't want to talk too much about myself. I don't want to expose myself. I don't want to tell everyone my secrets. And now I'm telling y'all about my gnats. I do have lots of plants. I have lots of plants, and I have a gnat infestation. If you've ever been to my house, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the gnats are here. They just live with me. They're my roommates, okay? They are my roommates, okay? But we're talking about dating. Yeah, somebody offered to make a podcast, produce a podcast of mine about dating. I'm just not good at it. I don't know. I stopped trying for real because the dating apps are bad. And I'm just a lover girl at heart. I don't know what to say. Anybody who talks to me, y'all know. Favorite media, rom-coms, okay? Love Rosie, my favorite movie ever. Should I make a whole podcast episode analyzing Love Rosie from start to finish? Like, that is such a good movie. And not just for the feel goods, I love a happy ending. And it's just not giving happy ending in real life. It really isn't. I don't know. I kind of took like a more of a hands-off approach to dating. Like, I just want people to approach me, but not the weirdos. Not the weirdos, not the uglies, not the freaks. Okay, now I lost half of my target demographic. They're going to be like, I'm an ugly. She doesn't want me to listen to the podcast. I'm sorry, guys. This is very tangential. Tangential? I don't know. We're keeping it. I'm not cutting nothing out of this, all right? I don't know. I might. But yeah, somebody wanted to produce a podcast for me. I think I'm also just tired of doing projects under somebody else's supervision, if that makes sense. Like, he was like, I want to produce a podcast for you, but I want it to be about dating. And something about that just gives, like, this podcast is not my own, you know? Like, I feel like he's gonna have his fingers in it. I don't want his fingers in my podcast. But love you. If you're watching this now, the man who reached out to me and you want to help me produce this, like, I just want my own independent thing. And it doesn't really have to be glitz and glamour. Like, do I really need lights and all that? I don't know what else the podcast needs. I'm like, lights, microphone, camera. I think that's it. I really think that's it. I have a light. Yeah, I like my light. I have a little microphone on my cake spatula, and I have a little tripod, and I think I'm good. I really think I'm good. Like, I don't know. I think I sometimes girl boss too close to the sun, but for creative things, I'm trying to let myself breathe more, you know? Like, I'm so young, and I just feel like I should do whatever I want. Is that too radical of a statement? Like, I just want to have fun with whatever I'm doing. Like, I don't even know if people will watch this. And I'm realizing now how much I say like. Is that going to get annoying? Maybe I shouldn't be analyzing the podcast while I'm podcasting. Okay, I've been doing this for 10 minutes. I was really trying to see how long I could talk and keep talking. Like, do y'all really think I could talk to myself for an hour? I think I can though, because I also have this problem. I think I might be autistic. Okay, because I have this problem. If I ever think I'm going to hang out with somebody, I bullet point notes that I plan to have conversations with them about. Does that make sense? Like, I pre-prepare the conversation with them because I just have lots to say to all my friends all the times. And if I don't think I'm going to see a friend for a long time, I literally have a notes app in my phone with like bullet points as the months progress into seeing them for what I want to say the next, because I just need to have pre-prepared conversation. And if I'm not pre-prepared for a conversation, pre-prepared, that's a little repetitive. That's a little redundant. You see, if I'm not prepared for a conversation, it might not go good. I might not be the best person to talk to. I think I'm fun, but sometimes I forget how to have engaging conversations. Like, anytime I've been on a date before I stopped dating, um, I would always have things that I wanted to say to them before the date started. Is that autism? People keep telling me that I might be autistic, and rubbing this couch like that is not helping the case. See, I'm making myself laugh. So, like, does anything else matter? I'm having fun. I don't know. Yeah, but I think I want to do more independent projects. Because why not? You know? Why not go crazy and destroy your digital footprint? That's what all the young hip kids are doing these days. We're all just making media for the masses. I'm trying to be TikTok famous. Actually, I'm not. I haven't I haven't indulged in TikTok ever since it's been out. I haven't been on TikTok because y'all know it's destroying y'all's brains, okay? Have you tried to talk to somebody who's been on TikTok too much? And so I do miss out on a lot of references, unfortunately, because I'm not on TikTok. Okay, here's the pros and cons of not being on TikTok. Pro, I think my attention span is still decent, okay? I can sit and watch a movie. No shade, no tea, but one of my friends, she's like, since being on TikTok all the time, she can't sit down and watch an hour and a half movie. Girl, get it together. And that is all shade, all tea. But that's a pro. I think my attention span is better. Con, I do miss out on a lot of social references. Like, I didn't know who Hawk Tuah was like 2 months into the whole meme. The Rizzler, still not sure who that little boy is. And Miss Shirley, have y'all seen Miss Shirley? Okay, Miss Shirley. I just found out about Miss Shirley. Apparently, she's like this little like 4-year-old little TikTok girl. I don't know how she got famous. Again, I'm missing a lot of context because I'm not on TikTok. But apparently she's famous, little 4-year-old toddler or whatever, and now she's doing meet and greets with grown adults. Scary. No, that's scary. Why are you putting your 4-year-old toddler to work? That's wild to me. That is very wild. I think I think CPS needs to check on them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're getting out the hot takes on the first episode. No, but I do think she needs help. Pray for Miss Shirley. And why are we calling a toddler Miss Shirley? What's that baby's real name? Can somebody let me know? Actually, don't let me know. I don't need to know anything else about that family. It kind of gives me like the same vibes as family vloggers. Like, those people are creepy, manipulative, and abusive. Can I say that? Is this gonna get me flagged? Abusive. Okay, back to the TikTok though. Back to the TikTok. Another pro of not having TikTok. I should have thought this through. I didn't think this far. I didn't think I was gonna. Haven't looked at the notebook yet. I didn't think I was gonna be talking about TikTok yet at all today. Pro of not having TikTok. I think I just have just more time. I don't spend a lot of time doom scrolling. Okay, Instagram Reels low key gets me sometimes. I don't have TikTok, but sometimes I do look at Instagram Reels. And I think that keeps me a little bit more attached to the culture. But Instagram Reels feels like a different vibe than TikTok. TikTok, from what I've seen on other people's phones, is mean. The comment section is brutal. Okay. Instagram Reels, I don't know, just maybe it's just my For You page or whatever, but I just get a lot of wholesome content and like stand-up comedians, and then sometimes some OF models. OF models. I think they're on everybody's feeds. Okay, can somebody tell me, is there anybody's feeds out there that doesn't have an OF model in it? And I do engage sometimes because they be having like the hacks for how to like sit pretty. So sometimes I tap in to the OF models. I don't mean to. I do. I need tips. I need help. I don't know. I just like to know what the girlies are up to. It is interesting. Okay, should I go to the notebook now? I don't know. I thought this was going to be hard, but really I'm having quite a bit of fun. I don't know if anybody's listening this far, but I'm having some fun. Okay, so I talked about the podcast, started the podcast. Like, yeah, I just wanted to do my own thing. Uh, but yes, I was supposed to be talking about comedy. That's what I said I was going to talk about for this first episode, because I think that's what most people know me for. Um, know me, like I have a following. It's not, I don't have a crazy following. At least this isn't like I'm not famous making a podcast. I'm just some girl in her house making a podcast. But yeah, I did start comedy a while ago. I started in Athens, and I kind of wanted to talk about the difference between Athens comedy and Atlanta comedy. If you didn't know, like Athens is like a small town, small college town. It's really cool. I feel like I'm moving too much. Is that okay? Also, I feel like I'm analyzing myself too much. Should I cut all of this? Should I cut all the analysis? Anal cis? Anal cis? Is this? Now, this is way too comfortable. This is me having a chat with the girlies. This is me relaxing on my day off. This is too, I can see little me at my watch. This is too casual, I think. I think I do need to sit up. Is this first episode going well? Comment if you think this first episode is going well. It's so funny. I listen to my friend's podcast, um, and I'm like one of the only regular listeners because I don't have anything to do at work. Well, I don't have any. I work with my hands a lot, but I don't have to think because I take care of plants, so it's just like a lot of watering, pruning, cleaning, spraying for bugs, that type of stuff, like organizing. I work in a greenhouse, and so I don't really have like things You know, like I wish I could read a book in work. I've been listening like audiobooks too to like pastime, but for the most part I listen to like music or podcasts. Of course, yeah. So I listen to my friends' podcast and it's so funny because they're always like comment da 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 da. And I'm like I'm already giving fangirl because they know I listen to the podcast. I'm giving fangirl because I listen to the podcast and I've been telling them that I listen to the podcast. And I also tell other people that I listen to this podcast. But I just want to be a part of the multiverse, the podcast multiverse. But commenting, no, that's too far. Now that's fangirl behavior for real. Like if you ever see me commenting on my friend's podcast, I've gone too far. I don't know. Do y'all comment on videos? Now that's like me asking. Me asking, do y'all comment on videos to get you to comment? No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't actually what I was trying to do. But can I have a coherent thought? I feel like I've been going in circles. I've been talking in circles. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna comment on a video that my friends make because that really just gives fangirl. Like I'll just text you what I have to say. Or would it be funny? This is what I said one time too. Like I'm like those people who made like the response video to Hawk Tua's podcast. Like they analyzed Hawk Tua's podcast and they talked about it in their own podcast. That's me for my friend's podcast. What if I just made this podcast me just reviewing their podcast the whole time? Would that be funny? No, it wouldn't be because nobody listens to their podcast. Okay, now that's shade to them. I'm sorry, that's shade to them because nobody's also going to listen to this. They won't even make it this far in this. They won't. I doubt it. I doubt anybody will make it this far. I wonder if my sisters are even going to watch this. My sister got me this Stanley. I was a Hydro Flask girly. But she got me this Stanley for Christmas, so I've been using it. Okay, so that was that tangent. And I thought it was going to be hard to talk to myself for an hour. Like, what am I even what have I even covered? I don't know, but I've been going off the rails, all right? I have been going off the rails a little bit. I wanted to talk about the difference between Athens comedy and Atlanta comedy, okay? So, Athens, small collegiate town. Atlanta, big booming. We got BBLs, we got gangsters, we got Teslas. Athens has Teslas too. I don't know. I have to burp. But that's a part of my friend's podcast. Can't steal their bit. Now I'm doing the talking dog tour thing. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, Athens comedy scene is interesting. It's very small. So it very much gives family. Like everybody's there to support each other. Everybody puts each other on shows. And Atlanta is more about the grind set. It is more about the grind set. There's more open mics every single day, compared to Athens. And you do definitely have to work for your time, for your time on an actual book show. Which makes sense. You should be able to work. What I noticed about Athens, um, is since there was I don't want to talk shit. I'm not, ugh, now I curse. Okay, I guess this is a cursing podcast. Since there's so little comedians, it's very easy to get on real shows before you're ready. And I did want to talk about this. Being ready. Being ready. I think I think we don't deserve anything. Now hear me out. Okay. Hear me out. You're forced to hear me out unless you press pause and stop playing this video. I think we don't deserve anything. I've been struggling with this myself because I've only been doing comedy for like 2 years. And sometimes you feel hurt, and sad that you don't get the same opportunities that you see other people getting. You're like, oh, why didn't they pick me for this show? Why wasn't I booked on this festival? But it's like, girl, you are so baby. We don't deserve anything. Like, people have been working at comedy for years and years and years and years, and they're just now getting their break. And so sometimes I have to like reframe my mind because it's like, yes, you want to be good. Yes, you want to be given these opportunities, but you also want to be given opportunities when you can handle them. When you can do a good job. Because like the worst thing is to get on a show, get on a big show, and then bomb. And it's like they gave you a chance and you ruined it. And there's no such thing as ruining it. Bombing like comes like the rain. It comes and goes and sometimes out of our control. Um, but it's definitely like I'm trying to think more of like I need to be able to take what I'm given, always have goals, but don't get so upset if somebody else gets there before me, you know? And also like this whole industry, it's kind of finicky, it's kind of like a social clique thing, you know? And so it's hard when you know not everything's gonna be fair, but just because it isn't fair doesn't mean that you deserve it, okay? Because nobody really deserves anything. It's all subjective. We're all working through our art, we're working through our craft, so nothing really matters. And I think I had to start thinking that way when I moved to Atlanta. Because, like I said, in Athens, everybody is given an opportunity. And so it was definitely hard adjusting to being booked on real shows in Athens to now moving to Atlanta and having to like work. And I knew I would have to work when I got here because, of course, I'm a new face in the scene. Nobody's ever seen me before. So how can I expect them to book me on a show? But it definitely, I had to put more energy into like meeting people, making the connections, and also knowing that just because I met somebody, they're not going to book me on their show next week, you know? Like I have to prove time and time again that I'm good for them, you know, especially since this is such a bigger scene. And so there's more people that I have to compete with. So I do love Athens. I do love Athens comedy dearly. Love you guys. Love you besties. And I also have been growing to love Atlanta comedy. Atlanta comedy is great. It is great. It's made me a harder comedian. It made me a tougher critic. And it's also pushed me very much to try because I'm having fun with this, yes, but also I don't ever do things that I'm bad at. Period. Won't do it. Won't do it. And so it's really like forced me. I want to be the best that I can be. I want to be the best that I can be in white rooms. I want to be the best that I can be in black rooms. I want to be the best I can be in clubs. I want to be the best that I can be in dive bars. Like I want to be good. Oh, did y'all see like Timothy Chalamet's speech where he was like, I'm striving for greatness. I'm striving to be one of the greats. Like I really feel that boy. I feel him so heavy. I feel him so heavy because like why are we doing anything if we aren't trying to be good at it, you know? And of course, okay, the oh, I just touched the mic. I'm sorry if that messed up the audio. There's like a difference of trying to be good. Yes, we're trying to be good, we're trying to be great, but also doing things that are fun and make us happy. And now I feel like I'm contradicting to myself. I'm contradicting myself. Cause like it's also good to do things just for the fun of it, you know? But if I'm trying to like craft a skill, I want to be great at that skill, you know? Like I can be bad at like jump rope, double dutch, you know? I want to be great at comedy. Is that a weird reference? I've actually I haven't done double dutch since like literally grade school. I guess nobody's bringing around double dutch ropes anymore. I started skating though. I did start roller skating. Roller skating, I joined the skate club. I guess I could move into my next thing. Okay, this podcast is called I'm Doing This Now, okay? Yes. Is that what it's called? No, it's called I'm Doing This, okay? I don't know. We'll toy with the name. But anyways, I wanted to do this segment um where I name one thing that I'm doing this week. I guess I'll just randomly place it throughout the video. But one thing I'm striving to do this week. So like I said, I've been roller skating. And that's something that I chose to do something new when I moved. I joined a roller skating club when I met my friend Asa. Shout out Asa. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to join like little groups and stuff because when I moved here to Atlanta, I was really trying to make friends, adult friends, because that's hard. It is hard. Asa is actually an adult friend that I met at a bar. So good on me. I made a friend. I made a true organic friend. Yeah. But yeah, something that I wanted to do this week is I joined this Instagram page, or like I follow this Instagram page that is about like black people doing outdoorsy activities. I forgot what it's called. Oh, I think it's called Peace in the Wild. That's what it's called. Peace in the Wild. And I've been following them for a long time, but I've never actually been to any of their events because it just like time commitments or whatever. I just haven't had the time or forget that I'm a part of this group chat that I'm supposed to be going out with. But I really want to push myself to meet more people and black people, yes, because those are my people and I feel like I can relate to them. And it's nice to see like familiar faces or whatever. People who are culturally similar to you or whatever. But I have other friends too. I don't have to justify myself. Y'all know I have all friends. Actually, I'm looking for more. This is gonna sound crazy. I know this is gonna sound crazy coming out my mouth. I don't have that many Hispanic friends. I don't know where the Hispanic people hang out. I have friends of all different races, colors, sizes, shapes, and everything. I don't know where my Hispanic friends are. Like, I guess I have a few Hispanic friends that do comedy. Um, but I don't have no Hispanic homies, okay? I need to find them for real. But anyways, okay. So this segment that I'm doing, one thing I'm doing this week, I'm doing this now, okay? I am going to go to one of the black environmentalist outing events tomorrow. Or no, Monday. Semantics, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to one of the events on Monday and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. The black group is going skating, roller skating, and I was like, okay. I've been roller skating with the others. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I've been roller skating with everybody, okay? I need to roller skate with black people, okay? So I'm gonna go roller skating with them. And it's actually the same night that the other roller skating group, it's called Bad Bitch Skating Club. They meet. So I think I'm gonna go skating with them first, and then I'll go to the Bad Bitch Skating Club after. And so then I can double up on the socialization. Okay, that was pretty good. I've been doing pretty good into the podcast, talking nonstop. I've only tripped up on a couple words, okay? Nobody get on me for my pronunciation. Pronunciation? No, I'm just kidding. I know it's pronunciation. Okay. But yeah, that's one thing I'm doing this week. So I think if I continue this podcast, if this ever goes up, I'm gonna start doing the segment. One thing I'm doing this week, every episode, I'll tell y'all something that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, also since moving, this is what I wanted to talk about. I've been trying to have monthly events with my friends, monthly friend events. So when I first moved in, I had a housewarming party. I've had a Christmas party. I have had a black and white party. I had a birthday party. I just love parties. I'm party down. But okay, it's gotten to a point where my friend Alex, love you, Alex. He'll be like, I'll invite somebody new to a party, and he'll be like, "You haven't been to one of Angel's parties?" To call it Angel's parties, like that's iconic. That's like I'm making a movement here, okay? You haven't been to one of Angel's parties? You're a loser. Loser. Yeah, I love how Alex is. I've heard him say it twice, and both times I'll be like, "Ugh, that's so validating to be like, "Ugh, you haven't been to one of Angel's parties? That's crazy. I thought you were at Angel's parties. How could you miss Angel's parties? You know? Like it's kind of cool to be like known for something. You know, I kind of like that vibe. I want to branch out to something other than parties, but it's hard, of course, planning something because this is why I like a party. Okay, here is Angel's fundamental why parties are great. Okay, I guess I should also say that I'm using the term party loosely. I guess people would call it like a kickback or something. Like people just come to my house and hang out, which is why they're great. Okay, all I have to do, provide music, provide a few snacks, provide some drinks if I'm feeling frisky. But really, bring your own beer, bring your own whatever, bring your own whatever, bring your own everything, because all you have to do is have the space for people to come, and they will. They will bring drinks, they will bring their friends, and they will bring good vibes, you know? Like music, games, drinks, what else could you ask for? Like it's always going to be a vibe. It is always going to be a vibe. I think I think more people should just open up their homes. Is that crazy to say? I just feel like we're missing out on a lot of community. This is what I've been saying this whole episode, okay? Community, okay? We need community. We need people that are surrounding us, okay? Like, I think people forgot about the importance of community, really. Or maybe I just feel extra pressure to like indulge in embracing my community and creating community. Because, like, it was tough, okay? Miss Covina was tough for a lot of people. For me, especially. I was losing my mind, okay? No, it wasn't that bad. Okay, it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I just think we should be, we should be in community with people. I don't know. And if you didn't know, I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I drink lemonade. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't drink, but I do love going to like bars. And people are always like, "Why do you love going to bars and stuff so much if you don't drink?" It's like, where else is a group of like young 20-year-olds gonna hang out? You know? Like there's no spaces for us, really. Um, like go out, have a drink, you get to play pool, you get to just hang with the bros, laugh, maybe dance, you know? Where else are you gonna hang out if you're not going to a bar? Like I don't know where people are meeting friends for real. I really don't know. Like all of my friends that I've met have been at bars if they haven't been like clubs or organizations that I've been in or like in school with me. Cuz I don't know what they're like join a class. Yes. Personally, I do not have the money for a class. Like y'all see, I'm recording on a $20 microphone, a $20 tripod with my phone. Like I don't have money for a class, and I don't have the time for a class really. I guess I could meet people in the skate club or whatever. Um, but I think we need to have more house parties. I think I'm bringing back house parties in a big way. And by house party, I mean apartment parties, okay? I don't have a house, okay? This is a one bedroom, one bathroom apartment. Um, and I do have currently I'm going through having mildew on my walls. So if anybody knows how to help me out with that, let me know. Yeah, I've had mildew on my walls for so long. I think the housing people are ignoring me. My what is it called, residence building is ignoring me. Will I die because I have mildew on my walls? Can somebody know? Is that why I've been so tired recently? I'm scared. I'm scared and I need help, okay? Also, I was thinking about getting a cat, but I don't think I should get a cat now because my cat will have mildew poisoning. And I can't get a cat now too. Like, how expensive is a cat? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody let me know? Because I'm not sure and I'm kind of scared that if I get one, I won't be a good parent. I always fear that I'm not going to be a good parent, a good pet mom. Like I'm not evil or whatever, or whatever. I might be a little. No, I'm not evil. I'm just scared. Like, cause animals, you don't know how they're feeling. You know, I I I I've said this before. I don't like how animals are sentient, but they can't tell you how they feel. You know, they can't tell you if you're hurting their feelings, and that scares me. What if I accidentally hurt my cat's feelings? Now what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I think I might get a cat. If I get a cat, though, do you think it's going to be okay with the house parties, or do I have to chill out on that? I'm not sure. Can I get a party cat? Or maybe I'll foster. Should I foster cats? I think I might foster cats first to see what the vibes are, see what I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm talking like this with an accent. Is that how I talk? I feel like I've been talking so long, guys. I have been talking so long. I've been talking for 40 minutes. I thought I wasn't gonna hit 30 minutes, but I've been talking for 40 minutes apparently. Also, I need to go to a show at some point. I can't see the clock. I sat in a bad place. I can't see the clock. But it's okay. I think I'm good. But yes, I do think we need to have more house parties. And I think y'all need to get over mixing friend groups. I love a good mixing friend groups because I have friends from all over. Not to flex, not to flex, but I do have friends from all over, and I love getting all my friends together, and everybody's a good vibe together. Everybody, I've never had friends have beef with each other. Okay, like everybody's always getting along. We introduce each other, and then at the parties, we now have party regulars who know each other. And then when we're out in the streets, we're out in the wild. I run into like 3 friends a day. That's pushing it. But I do run into friends a lot with other friends, and I'm like, hey, we met at Angel's party, and I'm like, isn't this like I am the community builder? And this is why women can do everything. This is why women are pillars of our society. Because I'm bringing the girlies together. I'm bringing the girlies, the gays, and sometimes the bros. I do have lots of straight white male friends. I don't know why I said white male. Okay, it's the truth. I don't have any straight black male friends. I have like 3. Where are my friends at? This is why I need to be in the black spaces more. Okay. But I also think we need to mix friend groups because like how am I supposed to meet the love of my life if you won't introduce me to anybody else? You know? Like we used to have house parties to find love. And now what do we have? We have we have Tinder. Let's have a house party. Let's have a house party so I can find the love of my life. And this is the thing, because I keep hosting these house parties. Everybody I invite to my house parties is my friend. I'm not gonna find the love of my life at my house party unless y'all bring y'all friends up in here, okay? I need somebody else to have a house party invite me so I can fall in love. Because what I'm doing is not working, which what I'm doing is nothing, okay? I'm doing very poor at talking to men. Oh, also recently, this is something. I recently was at a bar and I was sitting by the bar by myself and a man very attractive. I'm sorry for screaming. Um, I wasn't supposed to talk about boys this much. And this is why maybe he wanted me to make the dating podcast. But look, very attractive, tall, dark skin, beard, black man comes up to me and he's like, "Let me buy you a shot." He's generous. He offered me the bare minimum. He's generous though. He's like, "Let me buy you a shot." But I don't drink. That's the problem. I don't drink. So I was just like, "Oh, no, thank you. I'm good." So he probably, well, he did think that I didn't want him. So I don't know. I need to work on that. I need to work on my game. So how do I sit in a bar and be like, "No, thank you to the shot," but I don't know. I'll take a shot of you. I'll, that's bad. I don't do improv. No, thank you to the shot, but how about your number? Is that a vibe? No, thank you to the shot, but what's your name? Okay, I could have said that. That would have been very simple. That would have been easy, but I didn't think about it in the moment. So maybe next time I'll keep that in my pocket. No, thank you to the shot. Okay, I am scared that I am going to be late to the show because I'm not dressed. I'm wearing my pajamas. I got nice and comfy for y'all. I am scared that I'm going to be late for the show, but I did want to hit an hour. I think I can hit an hour if I keep talking, but also I kind of had to pee. I didn't plan this well. Like I got straight home from like hanging out with my family, and I was like, let me set up the tripod and let me podcast. like I said, impulsive person. I was like, I need to get my thoughts down on paper today. 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 I did. So I'm doing this now, okay? Title drop. Title drop. She said the thing. She said the name of the podcast in the podcast. Okay. I did have some other things that I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm going to just save them for when I do this again. If I do this again. I don't know. I should have put my little segment, one thing I'm doing now, at the end, because now I really don't know how to end this. Was this a fun time? Did anybody sit here and watch me gab for 45 minutes? I think I might do this again. It's a little cathartic, you know? It's a little cathartic to just sit here and talk to yourself. And I think I'm getting used to looking at into the camera. Like this three camera lens with the alien eyes. I think I'm getting used to, am I supposed to be looking at the Apple logo or into the camera? I think I'm supposed to be looking in the camera. I don't know where I've been looking this whole time. But is anybody actually watching the pod? Are y'all watching me fidget around and like rub on my sofa? This was a fun time. I see why people do this. Because I don't know. Like even if nobody listens to this, like this was good. This is like my diary, but it can't be my diary because I can't expose myself. This is actually my diary that I wrote this in. My journal. Me and my friend the other day, we just went through and read some of our journal entries together, and I am so cringe. I guess emotions aren't cringe. Emotions aren't cringe. But literally, it's bad. I don't think I'm ever gonna read anything in here into the camera. Oh, I'll read this because this was funny. This actually made me laugh out loud because it was so pathetic. I'm calling myself pathetic. It's okay, guys. Actually, no. Don't talk down on yourself, but I'll do it this one time because it's pathetic. Says, no, I can't even deal with it. I can't even say it. What y'all should know, it's about a man who doesn't want me. And he told me he didn't want me from the start. But there's something wrong with me where I thought I could change his mind. No, girl. No, you can't. You don't have that much power. You really don't. Okay, I was supposed to end this like 5 minutes ago, but then I just exposed myself even more. And this is why I was scared to start a podcast because I was like, what if I just get on the mic and tell all my secrets? But I don't think I've said anything too crazy. Too crazy. I think this might be fun though. I think this might be what I do now. I think I might be a podcaster. I don't know. It's funny when I started comedy, my friends, they're like hyping me up so bad. Because that's what friends do. They're like, oh, you're starting comedy? Okay, go ahead, start a podcast, start rapping, get on TikTok, be TikTok famous. It's like, girl, rapping? Who threw that in there? Who threw rapping into being a comedian? They're like, oh, you're a comedian now? Okay, spit some bars. Spit some bars, record a podcast every week, be a rapper, get on TikTok, and also I need to be a contractor and build me a house. Like they really thought I could do everything under the sun. And I do think I can, actually, because I'm good at everything I do. Period. And I feel like that's how we should end this. I'm good at everything I do. I hit nearly 50 minutes of talking to myself. I had to pee so bad. It's the Stanley. Trying to be a hydrated girly, but it's too much. It's too much. How do I want to end this? I don't know. I feel like everybody watching this already knows who I am. If you don't know who I am, my name is Angel. On Instagram at Angel Clade, ANGELCLADE. Message me if you're an attractive young man in his 20 somethings and you're not a weirdo. That part is very important. No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually need anybody messaging me. Don't message me. I'm okay. Let me know if I should do another one of these. I'm probably gonna do another one regardless because this is my life And I like talking to myself. How about that? I live alone. I talk to myself all the time. So why not do it in front of an audience? An audience of 0 probably for this episode because I don't think anybody made it this far. Okay, I'm gonna go. I have to pee. I have a show that I'm going to. Maybe next week I'll update you. Okay. I'll update you on if the show went well. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. I've been talking too much. I need to go. Bye.